You guys, Paris TV here. Welcome back to my channel. We are back with another video. So once again, I just want to come on with a quick let's talk about it. And I really just want to talk about feeling discouraged in the midst of life, like just life. I feel like tips to really just help you when you're feeling discouraged. Of course, these are just things that help me. Hopefully they can help someone else. But number one is that I was having a bad day, maybe like 2 days ago. And it was just more like I was just upset with myself, more so like where I'm at with like, trying to create better eating habits and trying to go and like finish out what I started with, trying to get to a healthier weight. And so I was really frustrated. And then I had to stop and I had to tell myself, you're not at your worst, but you're not at your best, right? You're not at your worst, but you're not at your best. So with that information, you could always be worse and you could always be better. And so when you have that approach, it just makes you feel so much better. Like be happy for the little steps that you take in the direction that you're trying to push yourself in. You can't take for granted you can't beat yourself up about your victories, right? Because a lot of times we are always focused on what we're not doing right, what we could be doing better. And we don't take that perspective to sometimes step outside and say, hey, you know what? I could be doing way worse and I'm not at my worst, but I'm not at my best. So what do? You figure out how to continue to be your best, right? I feel like there's always going to be something that is kind of like a bump in the road that makes us feel like, we'll never reach a level of perfection. So we're always searching for that next thing. But it's just like, take it easy. Don't be so hard on yourself. Like, we have so many stipulations when it comes to life. We're dealing with, first of all, we're dealing with coming out of learning a new norm after everything that we've gone through, being in the house, losing family members, sickness. Then we're dealing with aspects of social media. Social media has a crucial impact, I feel like, in people's lives. And just what we view as reality. We only show what we want to show. So it's just so many different entities that can impact how we feel. Feeling discouraged, feeling like you should be at a certain level, or feel like you should be doing this with your life, or feeling like you should have this in your life because of what we see all day. Just think about how much the average person, not saying every single person, but the average person consumes on the internet. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Reels, TikTok. How much we consume and what we are instilling into our brains, and what what it shows of what people should be and what people should not be. And it creates this fake dialect where it's just like, you have to step out of that because it can easily make you discouraged. I've started my business now, I started my business, which will be 2 years in November. And sometimes you look at things, it's just like, shouldn't my growth be better? Shouldn't I be this? Shouldn't I be that? And I put these things on myself. But one thing that you have to always, I just keep going back to, is that I'm not at my best, but I'm not at my worst. So imagine if I would have quit a year ago. I would have learned as much as I have. I wouldn't have hit as many bumps in the road as I have. I wouldn't have learned to excel through adversity. It's so many different things that go into just the process of discouragement, and learning that you cannot quit when you are discouraged. Discouragement is a natural feeling. It's a feeling. It's a normal thing to feel. I don't know why. I don't know anyone who doesn't feel discouraged. Like, it is a normal part of growth. It's a normal feeling of life. Like, you're never gonna go throughout life not feeling discouraged. Like, that is just a part of life. It's a part of just going, just it's going to be a part of everything. So don't feel bad. That's another thing. Don't feel bad when you feel discouraged. Don't feel like you shouldn't feel discouraged, because it allows you to kind of sometimes, it's a checker. Like, hey, I'm feeling this way. Why do I feel this way? What can I do about it? How can I maybe make steps to not feel this way so often? It's a self-checker. So don't feel bad when you do feel discouraged, because it's life, y'all. Like, we're going to have these negative thoughts. We're going to have these negative emotions. We're going to go through these things. And sometimes I hate how the world or social media or whatever makes us feel like every day is supposed to be euphoria. Like, every day is not euphoria. Every day is not happiness. Every day somebody is dealing with something. You may be on your best day and the person next to you may be on their bad day. So it's okay. Like, it's okay to have those days. It really is. It's just a matter of what you do with it and how do you come out of it. Don't let discouragement consume you, is what I'm trying to say. And don't let it take you away from your goals and your focus. It's okay to feel it, but don't let it distract you and take you away from what you're focused on, because that's where discouragement becomes a problem. Feel it, address it, learn how you want to move forward from it, but don't let it take you away from your goals and what you're trying to focus on, because we don't want, right? We don't want it to be a distraction. It's an emotion, deal with it, but don't let it be a distraction. You know what I mean? So that's something that I have been trying to work on. That's something that I do work on, is that I allow myself to feel what I feel. I allow myself to feel discouraged, feel sad, feel happy, feel all the things that you go through just in life. But I really, really, really try to not let it consume me. You know what I mean? Like, find ways to dig yourself up out of those emotional pits and those emotional holes, and really just take a step back into your self-checker and say, hey, I'm not at my worst, but I'm not at my best. And what can I do about it? So, yeah. Just my little gem for the day. Hopefully it can help someone out there that, feels like you're always down, you're always feeling discouraged. And, these are just things that, sometimes you just need to hear. You got people around you all day long, but sometimes you actually just need to hear from other people, because sometimes I'm hard-headed like that. People could tell me all day long, and then I just hear from somebody else. I'm like, you're right. So if that's you and you feel like that today, take in the emotion. Feel what you feel. Don't feel bad about it. Now, one thing is, don't mistreat people because you're having a bad day. And don't say things out of spitefulness because you're having a bad day. But use that to fuel you. Use it to empower you. And to just figure out a plan to continue to strive to be your best, if that makes sense. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about really fast. And so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.